5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Richland. You're here with Chrissy Ashley, and I'm here with Keysha McCloud, Director of Disability Services.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, that's no problem. Well, we're here to talk a little bit about disability services, and so let's get right into it.
Okay.
Well, I have some questions. Well, if you could explain, what are the goals of disability services?
Okay. So the goals of disability services are to provide reasonable and appropriate accommodations to qualified students on campus who have disabilities. We help with self-advocacy. We do training to the campus and staff on students with disabilities. Our students range from students with physical disabilities, mental, learning, health issues, anything you can think of, those students can be serviced through our office. And we help even the playing field for those students.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Can you explain what is the process for those students to get assistance from you all?
Okay, so students have to come in. We usually recommend that students come in a few weeks before classes start, just so we can make sure that everything is set up by the time classes start. So the student meets with an advisor. They have to provide documentation, and it has to be documentation from a doctor, psychiatrist, diagnostician, a qualifying individual. So their mom can't write a note saying he has ADD or whatever. So the student brings in documentation. They meet with an advisor. The advisor reviews the documentation, and then they decide with the student what the best accommodations are. So once they do that, then they become our student.
Oh, great,
Okay.
great. All right. And on average, how many students per semester are served?
I would say on average, we typically provide services for anywhere, I'm gonna say roughly 900 students. That's about an average number. And that's either face-to-face or online, because we do provide services for online students as well.
Oh, all right. That's interesting. That's something that's good to know. And can you name some of the types of concerns that disability services handle with Richland students?
Okay. I would say our major concerns would be accessibility.
Okay.
With a lot of the classes going online, a lot of our students have difficult time with online materials, videos being captioned, software working with, say, My Math Lab. We have a software that our students with dyslexia use. Well, it's not compatible with My Math Lab. Okay. So accessibility is one of our major issues. Keeping up with technology that's out there, because technology is always changing. Yes. So staying abreast of that. And educating faculty and staff on issues with students. Legislative is always changing, everything is changing. So we have to try to stay current on everything so we can make sure that our students are receiving the best services possible.
Oh, that sounds good. And how do the Richland Disability Services inform the students about the services that you all provide?
Okay, we put a flyer. Our new students are required to attend new student orientation. Okay. So a flyer for our office is put inside the packet that they receive. On all syllabus, there should be a statement stating that if you need accommodations to contact our office. We also go out to the community, so we go to our area high schools. We go to community agencies and put out brochures and speak to counselors. So they can know that, because a lot of people don't know that our services are available, especially students with, say, hearing impairments or visual impairments. They don't think that they can come to school. They don't know that we have sign language interpreters on campus who can provide those services for them, or they don't know that we can get books on CD, or we can get their textbooks brailled, or whatever it is. They don't know that that's available.
Wow.
So we like to go out to the school and the community agencies.
Oh, that's interesting. That's good to know. I did not know that. Another thing, can you talk a little bit about the TRI program? I'm interested in knowing about that.
Okay, so the TRI program is the TRI program. It stands for Total Reintegration Program. So that's for students who've had a traumatic brain injury after the age of 6. Okay. So it could have been a car accident. It could have been a stroke. We had a student that fell out of a tree. So it could have happened a number of ways. So that program is basically the students have completed rehab and now they're ready to go to college or do something else. So our program basically, we have classes that work on memory, that work on time management, and it prepares those students to transition back into college. Some of these students, they have college degrees already, but because of their injury, you know, they've forgotten things, they feel like they need to take refresher classes, so these classes prepare them to take college classes again. We may have students who were working on a degree and then they have an injury. They're not quite ready to go back to the university, so they'll start here and transition their way up to the college level classes again.
Okay. And is there anything that we have not discussed that you feel like you would like to bring it to the light?
Okay. Yeah, with the increase of students on the autism spectrum, we've developed a program for these students. So we offer a group on Wednesdays that's led by Craig Ramsey. He is a counselor. He doesn't work in the counseling center, but because he is a counselor, when he does his group, he can work on certain issues that our students on the spectrum have, because those students have different needs from our, say, quote unquote, regular students. They have social skills issues. They get bullied. They have issues with inappropriate behavior that they don't realize is inappropriate. So those are the type of skills that Craig works with those students on in group, because they all have the same issues. He also works with these students one-on-one. He meets with them on a weekly basis. They come up with a plan and they work on those things with him. So that's a program that we do training with faculty on students, because again, these students are not needing your typical classroom accommodations. Yes. So we do training with faculty on how to work with these students, you know, how a student has a fit because you put them in a group. They're not understanding. The faculty is not necessarily understanding, well, all I did was put them in a group. Yeah. That's changed to them. So, and I'm not trying to put them all in a group. That's, you know, but that's just some of the issues that those students have. Oh. So our new autism program is something that we want to put out there and let students know it's available. Okay.
Well, I really do appreciate you coming out and talking to us about the DSO, Disability Services Office. And I hope to see you around.
Yes, thank you for having me.
That's no problem. Thank you, Richland, for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.